begin with, I would like to thank Mr. Adhikari and Governance Now for giving us this opportunity to present ourselves. To be very honest with you, on the lighter side, I really dread this period of day, especially when I have to give a presentation, because either I am fully ready or the audience, right? So I would request you to bear with me for another 10-15 minutes. I won't stretch long. And as it is, we are only 3 hours behind schedule, right? So a lot of speakers before me and pre-lunch had spoken much about surveillance, IP surveillance in particular, and one gentleman in particular, Mr. Deepak Srivastava, Chief Vigilant Officer of Mahanadi Poultries Limited, Mahanadi Poultry Limited, which happens to be subsidiary of CIL. Yeah, he spoke at length about IP surveillance and its benefit. So that makes my job much easier. So anyways, coming back to the subject. Vantage Integrated Security Solutions Private Limited happens to be the security and surveillance partner of this prestigious forum. I would be covering this presentation in 8 spheres, in 8 subjects. Part 1 would be, I would be talking about current security scenario, crime and offense breakup ratio of percentile in India. Second part would be video surveillance market size in India. Third would be critical infrastructure in India. And fourth part would be advantages of surveillance in PSUs and government organizations. Fifth would be latest technologies and solutions currently prevailing in the industry. Sixth would be, I'm sure many of you would be aware of Vantage as an organization, but for people who are not in the know of Vantage, I would give a brief Vantage overview and snapshot. Then Vantage as a USP, what we bring onto the table. And last but not the least, major references and clientele, whether in Vantage cap. To begin with, this is how we have bifurcated the crime scenario or the offense occurring in India, percentile wise. Terrorism and crime is 21%, information, cyber, insecurity and IPR theft is 20%, fire, natural hazards, strikes and accidents is 36%, communal violence and political instability is 23%. Talking about the market size of IP video surveillance in India, currently we are pegged at 2,500 crores. Forget me if my arithmetic is wrong, but this is how it is. And IP surveillance market will grow at 23.1 CAGR till 2021. So the potential is huge. 2,500 crore is a huge amount. And I forgot to mention one point. See, I would like to classify the audience present here into 2 categories. Majority of you are from PSUs and government organizations, but I'm sure many would know and many would not know that a lot of PSUs are into security and surveillance industry. I mean, they are primarily focusing in system integration part, and this all occurred, all started in the year 2006, if my memory serves me right, because a lot of PSUs, with utmost respect to them, were not doing well, especially in 2005 and 2006 era. So diversification was the key and key driver for them. So they diversified. So a lot of PSUs who are present here in the audience have diversified from manufacturing to system integration. So people who are not aware of this fact, so I would like to bring to their notice that a lot of PSUs are into system integration and are key players in security and surveillance industry. And since majority of my presentation was covered by Mr. Srivastava of Mahanadi, so I would like to draw a few points here. In the pre-lunch keynotes presented by few speakers, I have ascertained that few of them thought corporate or private sector to be their competitors, but that is not the case here. So I'm going to talk about certain convergence and collaboration between corporate and PSUs. And to be honest, the PSUs who are into system integration these days, and they are doing pretty well, so they all rely on corporates and private players like us. So the point here is collaboration is the key. We are not here to, private sector or corporate sector is not here to compete with PSUs or government organizations. We are here to serve you. That is the first and foremost point which I would like to put across. And you ask any PSU, I wouldn't mind naming them. You ask ECIs of the world, BELs of the world, ITIs of the world, ECIs of the world, CAs of the world, who are into system integration of security surveillance. They are into this domain, and their bread and butter is security surveillance these days. You would be surprised to know that. So they are all lined up or aligned with some private player or corporate player, and they rely heavily on corporate and private players. So the talk of private player being a threat to PSUs and government is absolutely incorrect. Now, having said that, this is the user security solutions in India. I mean, we have categorized this in terms of percentile, where IP surveillance is generally used. Law enforcement agencies happen to be the biggest user of IP surveillance, 44%, followed by PSU government organization, 35%. SOHO is small offices, small homes and offices, 12%. Then corporates, 9%. This is how it is segregated here in India. This is critical infrastructure and key resources in India. These are the infrastructure or facilities available in India as on date. So majority of people from the domains which I have mentioned are already present here, so they would know it better than me. Number of airports in India, there are 168. Just to name few, I'll just run through it quickly. Number of seaports, 4 and 3. Road transport, there are somewhere around 33 lakh kilometer worth of roads. Number of power plants, 1,602, comprising of thermal, hydro, nuclear. Number of postal facilities, 1.45 lakhs. Number of police stations across India, 13,720. Education, somewhere around 16 lakh institutes. Banking, 1.5 lakhs. Tourism monuments of significance, 3,650. Religious institutions, around 15 lakh religious institutions and shrines in India. So the point I'm trying to drive here is there is huge potential of IP surveillance or security surveillance in India. Now, advantages of IP surveillance in PSU and government. Allow me a minute, please. First surveillance system in India was installed way back in 1989, and the end user was Indian Oil Corporation. At that point of time, analog system was the technology, and you would be surprised to know I've been aligned with government and PSUs for last 10 years out of 13 years of my career, and you would be surprised to know that that particular system which was installed in 1989 is still running. So there is a thing called technology refreshment. Many of technical people in government and PSUs either are not willing to adopt or change or go for tech refreshment. So as per them, chal raha hai sab theek hai. So technology refreshment is the key. Transition from analog to IP or upgradation from standard definition to high definition is a prerequisite these days. If industry does not evolve with latest trends, then something is wrong somewhere. So either there could be a lack of awareness or lack of initiative which needs to be taken care of. And there was a very funny session undertaken by the CMD of Mr. Gyanesh Pandey, and he taken quite a funny bones in the crowd, but that was not really funny, right? This is what I personally feel with utmost respect to him when he made a jibe at Air India, right? So now the point, whatever he said was straight from the heart. I second him, no doubt about it. But the point I'm trying to drive here is, in fact, I do whenever I meet government and PSU officials, is please evolve. For heaven's sake, please evolve. If you do not evolve, and if you have system as old as 1989 running in a sensitive, critical installation of IOCL, then something wrong is happening. There has to be a proper audit, which is not taking place in majority of PSUs. Still, IP surveillance is a compliance product. Laga lo, compliance honi chahiye. So IP surveillance requires a lot of respect. It requires a lot of attention, because it is a product or it is a solution which actually takes care of the security part. Then the other advantage of surveillance in PSU and government organization is seamless integration through TCP/IP and IP network, upgradation from manual to automated monitoring facilities, ROI. Now ROI is one thing which this question keeps bouncing at me. How do we get ROI by installing IP surveillance? So ROI is return on investment is once you install, you can get a grip of things, close and intelligent monitoring, enhance productivity. Mr. Srivastava covered this point. It enhances productivity. As a matter of fact, you were kind enough and intelligent enough to bring along certain videos and put it across to you. So all those videos, however, were recorded feeds. They were not live feeds as mentioned by him. But anyways, CCTV application for sure enhances productivity. Near elimination of pilfers, theft and unforeseen threats, video evidence in an event of mishap. These are the advantages of surveillance in government agencies. So for that matter, any organization. SWOT analysis of surveillance industry, India per se. The strengths would be growing and ever expanding market of security and surveillance, new government initiatives, with utmost respect to the previous government, but the government of the day is doing a fantastic job. They have initiated lovely and fruitful and viable and feasible government policies and initiatives. And Delhi, we have a delegate from PWD who are doing a fantabulous job, which I will mention in due course of time. And advent of and adoption of new technologies, near foolproof surveillance solution embedded with latest video analytics and high definition technology. So video surveillance or IP surveillance is not just mere deploying cameras and watching live or recording on. This is beyond watching live and recording. There is a lot to it. Now the resolution part has moved from standard definition to high definition, from high definition to 4K. So improvisation is happening with each second, which I'll talk about in my next slide. Weakness would be poor and improper infrastructure with respect to ICT and backbone. We still struggle, in spite of the fact that India happens to have the third highest fiber backbone in the world, but we still struggle because at the end of the day, video surveillance requires good backbone. Lack of awareness of latest technology and innovation prevailing in the market. I touched upon my point, this particular point a few minutes back. Dearth of quality SMEs and professional solution provider. This is a very important point. By SME, I mean subject matter experts. As per latest SOCOM report, there are 1,300 system integrators doing IP surveillance or security solution jobs in India. So you can gauge, right? This is still an unorganized industry, to be very honest with you. You have very few selected top-notch system integrators available in the country, and one has to be really choosy about it. And this last point in weakness is straight from my heart because I have been trying to, I've been canvassing this point for quite some time, but unfortunately we have not been able to yield any result. Security and surveillance, in spite of the fact that we have suffered highest number of terrorist incidents after Iraq and Afghanistan in the world, but still we do not have any ministry which caters to security and surveillance the way you have a ministry for IT, telecom, banking. But security and surveillance, there is no ministry, dedicated ministry. It falls under the purview of Ministry of Home Affairs. So we require, in order for this industry to go professional, have more organized and large players like us, we have to have a dedicated ministry because it's a big market. 2,500 crores worth of IP surveillance is no small deal. Opportunities, humongous market size cutting across all verticals. On time, right? Yeah. Upgradation of old age analog system to latest system embedded with latest high technology. Large PSUs and government organizations, especially in verticals like oil, gas, power, airports, have substantial requirement of security and surveillance solutions. Threat, non-adherence of compliance and practices related to safety and security. It happens all the time, not only in government PSU but all across. Act of terrorism. Latest technology and solutions prevailing in surveillance industry. As I mentioned a moment back, introduction of 4K ultra high definition resolution in CCTV industry. The resolution is 4 times higher than the full HD. Introduction of H.265 compression. It's a latest compression technology which compresses the video and it reduces the bandwidth by almost 80%. Smart video content analysis like face recognition, people counting, intrusion detection. So IP surveillance has gone intelligent now. It is not run-of-the-mill solution wherein you just install cameras and watch it and record it. It is an intelligent system with lot many features. And we have all these cameras and system installed, and we are showcasing right in front of the entrance. You can have a look on your way back. Introduction of fixed and panoramic camera or hemispheric cameras. Centralized data storage, cloud connectivity for individual nodes, command and control center, future expandability. Just an overview about Vantage. People who are not aware of what Vantage is all about. It's almost a 26-year-old company, headquartered in United Kingdom. The India operation head office happens to be in Noida. We have 400 direct employees on our payroll for India operations, and that happens to be one of the largest in the country with respect to headcount. We are a renowned global company with worldwide presence and India-centric policies. We have ISO standards as well. We have all the certifications CE, FCC, ROHS, UL to position and promote our line of product in India as well as abroad. If you talk about global presence and footprints, we are, as mentioned, we are headquartered in the United Kingdom with 5 global branch offices, 2,500 partners worldwide, that is system integrators and channel partners, 3 million solutions sold worldwide. We have presence all across Europe, MEA, APAC. Vantage USPs and its advantages. We are one-stop solution provider. We have complete portfolio starting from CCTV to access control to gate automation, public access system, you name it, we have it. Then one very interesting part about Vantage is very few companies globally have 2 practices or dual practices under one umbrella, that is OEM as well as system integration. Either you will find an OEM operating on its own or you will find a system integrator. Whereas in Vantage we have both the practices. We have OEM division as well as project sales division, which happens to be a system integration arm of Vantage. By this I mean we have our own line of product that goes by the name Vantage. So this combination is very hard to find, system integration and OEM under one umbrella. Ease of doing business, feasible, viable, techno-commercials from our side. We have excellent, strong implementation team, in-house design estimation team based out of India and spread across various regions in India. 10% of our manpower is dedicated towards R&D. So that speaks volume about our intentions. 10% of manpower in R&D is completely unheard of in our security and surveillance domain. Remarkable credentials and project clientele both in India and globally. This project, Reserve Bank of India. Reserve Bank of India happens to be a feather in our cap. Just to give you a preview, Reserve Bank of India acted differently unlike other government organizations, and they took a giant leap from analog setup to IP setup. Up until 2015, all Reserve Bank of India, 22 regional offices of Reserve Bank of India had age-old analog system. So people were quite innovative and technical. So they wanted to upgrade the analog system to IP system. So they floated a global AI. I mean, there's a long story. I would cut that long story short. So in short, we have deployed 1,250 plus odd cameras across the 10 regional offices here in India. So the transition from analog to IP was done by Reserve Bank of India, and I hope this would populate to other government and PSU banks. Unfortunately, it is still on analog platform. So the total contract value for this particular job was close to $5 million USD. This is the biggest order, one of the biggest order ever to be awarded in a judicial vertical. Again, UP acted first here. By UP I mean Uttar Pradesh state acted first here. So recently we have back an order for ISS. ISS stands for Integrated Security Solutions, comprising of IP CCTV, X-ray baggage scanner, DFMDs, NHHMDs. All these items would be deployed at various district courts of Uttar Pradesh. So this contract value is close to 12 million. That is somewhere around 80 CR. Now, very interesting thing about this particular order is if you go by if you consider the district courts spread across length and breadth of the country, you would find either they have analog setup or they do not have a security service setup at all. So UP, to my surprise, though I am from UP, to my surprise, opted for the latest technology, and this out of 74 district courts in UP, 34 district courts will be doing it. There are many other references which keeping in view the paucity of time, I don't like to run. But anyways, this we are very strong in religious institutions. If anyone happens to visit Shirdi Sai Baba temple in Shirdi, please do let us know. We have a complete team based out of Shirdi as part of resident engineers. We have deployed again complete ISS project comprising of CCTV, X-ray back scanners, DFMP, HHMPs, command control center. This project was brainchild of the then CM of Maharashtra, Mr. Shivraj Chauhan, right? Mr. Prithviraj Chauhan, and this project was inaugurated by him. And the control room which you see on the right top hand side of the screen is actual control room of Shirdi Sai Baba Sansthan Trust. And recently we have friends from PWD sitting here at the back, and Delhi government has again taken a giant leap, and Delhi government intends to install 3 lakh cameras in Delhi in next 3 years, and in pursuant of the same, PWD is the nodal agency for this particular job. PWD had issued an expression of interest for empanelment, and we've been shortlisted and selected. And next 3 years we have to deploy some 3 lakh watt cameras here in Delhi. So things are improving, no doubt about it. Things are improving, but again, some innovations and smart thinking is required. Thank you. These are the things.